Moon in Scorpio, fixed in your ideas. Everyone sees the world through different eyes. The zodiac sign in which your moon is located is your perception filter, which lets certain things through and filters out others. For example, you don't like indiscreet people, who always blab about everything possible about you. Your friend, on the other hand, is very relaxed about this. She doesn't need secrets. We differ greatly in the way we look at the world and in the impressions and experiences we are more open to. Are you aware that you see the world through the eyes of Scorpio? Intensity and passion, but also compulsion and control, shape your inner experience and strongly influence your perception. This tension arose from early existential fears that you experienced as a child or even in the womb, regardless of whether real dangers or hormonal influences were the trigger. Through such formative experiences, you have retreated into an orderly, protective imaginary world that gives you security. Just as a filter only allows certain things to pass through, your control mechanisms only allow impressions that fit into this system. As a result, your ability to learn and concentrate is particularly pronounced. You strive for perfection in important areas and work persistently to achieve your goals. Due to the enormous power of your subconscious, you would do well to live within certain structures that give you support and stability. It is therefore better to refrain from experiments that bring uncontrolled emotional content to the surface. You want to get to the bottom of things and have a natural interest in religions, ideologies, and all kinds of belief systems. Ultimately, you want to create or find something lasting that will help you cope better with feelings of guilt and thoughts of death. A great opportunity for you lies in being able to accept processes of change emotionally as something that is part of life. To the extent that you develop your potential for deep insights into human nature, you also gain power over others, which you should use responsibly and unselfishly. As already mentioned, your emotional needs are extremely intense and complicated. You feel that sexuality, like death, shakes the very foundations of your soul, and this triggers both fear and fascination in you. In order not to be at the mercy of this pull, you may tend to separate feelings and sex, for example by dividing your time between them, or having different partners. However, such avoidance usually leads to both areas remaining somehow unfulfilled. Your fear of losing control, which was once essential for survival, may still stand in the way when it comes to trusting devotion. The feeling of being loved unconditionally for your own sake and thus feeling completely secure could not fully develop in your childhood, which is why fears of loss affect you more than other people. Because you find it difficult to believe that someone loves you out of complete freedom, you tend to commit yourself, if at all, to relationships that largely rule out the possibility of being abandoned. Various variants are conceivable, which can also occur alternately over time. For example, mutual dependence. The strong person needs the weak person and vice versa. More or less subliminal power struggles, jealousy and possessiveness are not uncommon. What all these relationship structures have in common is that they can often only be maintained through manipulation and tend to hinder the further development of both partners. Perhaps you found what has been said so far rather depressing or even inaccurate. The drastic examples are only intended to illustrate possible destructive dynamics. If you are in a harmonious and happy relationship, these thought-provoking ideas may help to prevent undesirable developments. You have a depth of feeling within you that is unparalleled. Your confidence in your own worth is the yardstick for how freely you can experience love.